Good morning, cyber friends. It's Mitty Man coming at you again from Walker's Music with yet another word for today, Saturday morning edition. And we want to say that we give God all the praise and glory for life, health, and strength. We thank Him for His weather disease, and we also thank Him for each and every one of you. Matter of fact, it's about 5:37 on Saturday morning. I guess y'all wondering why in the world Mitty Man up that early on Saturday morning. Well, nevertheless, it's nothing new. Matter of fact, Mitty Man gets up on just about every morning. I got an echo in here somewhere. Let me turn down the volume. We gets up. Matter of fact, I start my day very early. Matter of fact, we give God the praise. Matter of fact, we thank Him. In other words, as y'all see in the title of my video this morning, it said the spirit of Christmas. And I really mean that. I want to say something. I got up this morning, and matter of fact, my mind was heavily on my grandma this morning, and we'll be celebrating her birthday this month. And had she lived, my grandma would have been 94 years old. In other words, she was well, actually, you could say it was. To be real, honestly, it would be 93. It would be 93, and going on 94, if you want to call it that. You know how we are when we get of age, we start taking away numbers and adding and subtracting whatever you want to be, you know. But nevertheless, she would have been 93 this month, and she passed away back in May of this year, May 27th to be exact, on a Wednesday evening at 4 o'clock. I never will forget it. I was sitting right by her side. As a matter of fact, I saw her when she took her last breath. I was sitting right there beside her. Matter of fact, but I couldn't. I want to say something to everybody. I couldn't be sad, but I just got up and told my grandmama I'll see her after a while. In other words, my mom lived a full life. She raised all of us, the grandkids, great-grands she raised, and she was lively all through her life. I don't ever remember seeing my grandmama in a downward state. And so this is why I say the spirit of Christmas is always, I want to say, you know, I understand that a lot of us, we have different, we got, you know, different attitude we take about Christmas. And a lot of us say that we have commercialized it so much, and I'll agree to that to a certain extent. A lot of us have commercialized Christmas to a great deal. But I also want to say that there is something about the Christmas spirit. There's something about this Christmas season that does something to the heart of man. Now, I want y'all to walk with me for just a little while. I'm going to try not to make the video too long, but I am going to say what I got to say. The spirit of Christmas, if you notice that in it, mostly any other time of the year, it seems as though people get more gracious at Christmas time. Have you ever noticed that? Now, it almost like something happens to the spirit and the attitude and the attitude and the motivation of men. And when I say men, I mean mankind, period. We have a different attitude, a different aura about ourselves at Christmas time than any other time of the year. People become more gracious. They become more giving to a degree. At least the people that I know. And I even know to my own self, in my own spirit, I remember as a child, when I was growing up, and you know what I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but when we thought about the different things, or we knew, number one, we said when Santa Claus was going to come. Now, I know that's gonna make a lot of, that messed up a lot of people's theology right there. But let me tell you something, people. This is where I feel about it. I understand now, that which I didn't understand as a child. But nevertheless, I'm not a Pharisee either. In other words, I just got through with some series on Bible study talking about the Pharisee spirit. Believe me, there's no sense in getting a Pharisee spirit about things. We know that as a child, as children, we grew up believing certain things. Now, was it right? Was it wrong? I'm going to leave that up to the individual. God knows. What I'm saying is that at Christmas time, it is the spirit of Christmas. It's something that happened to the nature of man. Now, I want to say it is because of the fact that Jesus was born. I'm not saying that Christ was born on December 25th. I don't know when Christ was born. I don't know the date. I don't know. I don't have to know the date, but I know he was born. And December 25th is a time that we decided. Certain ones decided that they would pin that day as his birthday, where we would celebrate his birthday. Well, people say, well, I don't think you should do all that. It ain't about all that and all the gift giving and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's because, see, you don't have a giving spirit. That's how come you don't agree with it, because you don't want to give anybody anything. But I guarantee you, you don't have any problem with anybody giving you something. See, this we makes a bunch of excuses when about to do away with the thing because we don't want to do it. But nevertheless, the spirit of Christmas is very evident at this time of year. We have people that get together, families come together, miracles happen. Because I guess we are in that expectancy state. And because we know that Jesus was born into this dark world. He was the gift of God to us. So therefore we give gifts. This is what it means to me. And this is what it should mean to I feel everyone. But now I understand that a lot of us don't celebrate it for the proper reason. But for those that do, we celebrate Christmas in the spirit of Christmas, of giving, brotherhood, fellowship, knowing that God gave us the greatest gift when he gave us his son. So therefore, I give a gift to the people that I love. And guess what? A lot of us, we can't give gifts to everybody that we know and everybody that we would want to give a gift. Some of us, it's impossible to do so monetarily. I'm quite sure. I know a lot of people that I would love to just go out and get the most extravagant gift that I could give. And that's just about everybody I know. But is it possible? But what we do, we wish everyone a Merry Christmas. We wish now that much you can do. And what I'm saying is, let's give them the gift of the Savior. Tell them about the real meaning of Christmas. Is that Jesus was born into this dark world. God gave us his greatest gift, was his son. That's what the spirit of Christmas is all about. I think about and I try to put myself in the position, excuse me y'all if I drink my coffee this morning. I often put myself in the footsteps, and I've got a song that I wrote. I'm not going to give away the title just yet, but I got a song that I wrote about the Christmas spirit, and I'm going to it may not come out this time, but I'm just going to put it out when it's time to be put out. I say it like that. But at any rate, I put myself in the footsteps, in the trail of Noah, not Noah, and when Noah was in the ark. The gift that God gave Noah was let Noah be the first fruit. In other words, he spared Noah from the old world. Noah came into the new world to start a new thing. I put myself also in the place of Joseph and Mary when they walked so long ago from Nazareth to Bethlehem. Y'all remember that, from Nazareth to Bethlehem, because that's sort of something my song is about. I put myself in that place and how they went down on that I call it the first Christmas. In other words, and I put myself in the place of them in the busy city of Bethlehem, going around trying to seek the hotel rooms, and there was no room nowhere. And then Joseph had to end up, the innkeeper, I guess, was the one that showed him where there was a stable, or what we would call a cave. And This is where the Savior of the world, the master of the universe, the one that made the world, this is where he was chose to come into this world. He was born in a stable. And then the shepherds, heralded by the angels, they came and saw where the babe lay. I put myself in that place, and I can imagine myself being there. And then I think about the spirit of Christmas. This is where the spirit of Christmas comes from. We cannot give Jesus a gift on his birthday, but what we do, we choose to give our loved ones and our co-workers, our fellowshippers and whatnot, all the ones who are so dear and close to us, we give them a gift because we cannot give Jesus a gift. But guess what? Yes, we do. When we treat each other right, we give Jesus a gift. Because remember what his commandment was, love ye one another. You know what? I'm going to stop this video right there. Love sums it all up, people. The spirit of Christmas is love. The spirit of Christmas is love. This love motivates and it percolates the spirit of Christmas. For God so loved the world, he gave that a gift. So people, let's not try to do away with the Christmas spirit. I'm not saying you got to get down with all the commercialism of the thing, but if you got anything, and if you have anything extra, find somebody to bless this year, even if you hadn't been doing it. I know a lot of people say we hadn't been doing that. Well, there's a lot of things we hadn't been doing, but we need to start doing it. Find somebody to bless. Find somebody that need a blessing. Don't just try to get to people something that, you know what I mean, that they got everything. They don't really need. In other words, I'm not asking anybody to buy me a gift. I thank God that I am blessed. I am blessed in every way. I'm not asking for no one to buy me a gift. But I'm asking that if you know a poor little child somewhere that may not have a Christmas this year, in other words, may not even get, the parents don't have the resources to get them a gift, go out and get that child a little toy. The little girl, get her a little baby doll. Get a little bicycle. Whatever your finance will let you do. Find somebody to help. Find somebody that really needs to help. And then help them, and then put a smile on our Savior's face. People, we can always talk against a thing when we don't want to do anything. But let's forget about that this year. And then the spirit of Christmas, the spirit of giving, love, that motivates giving. If you love me, he said, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. And he said, love ye one another. Let's find somebody. Let's find, if we don't find but one person, let's find somebody to help this year. Find a little child that may not have nothing under the tree, and buy that child something. Forget about all the negatives. We can find something negative with everything. But let's find something positive. Put a smile on a child's face. And if you don't, you may not can find a child. If you can't find a child to help, find a family that may not have a Thanksgiving, or I should say a Christmas turkey, or a decent Christmas meal. You cannot buy them a turkey, but buy them a ham. Get them something. I know people some people against pork. Well, if you're against pork, don't buy them a ham. Buy them a turkey or whatever. And if you can't do that, go get them a TV dinner. But let them have something that they can sit down this Christmas and have a meal with their family. If you know any family that you can bless, please be a blessing. I tell you what, I challenge you. I'm going to do it. And so I challenge y'all to join Midi-Man to find somebody to help in this Christmas season in the spirit of giving. God bless you, and I want to say to each and every one of you, all the followers on YouTube and everything else what I do, all the people that support Midi-Man, I want to wish you a Merry, Merry Christmas. And God bless each and every one of you. And as I always say, whatever you get into, if God is not in it, it's best that you come out of it, because it's going to come in next. That being said, until the next Bible study, next video, whichever comes first. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. Goodbye.